So this is the biolab. Looks less like a classroom and more like something out of a horror movie. What are you laughing at? I can't help it. I mean, just look at this equipment. It's hot with a capital H. Now that this room's open, we can whip up a whole host of medical supplements whenever we need them. I'm almost afraid to ask, but what kind of supplements are we talking about? Mostly stuff that gives us hemostamina a temporary boost. We can use them to augment our regular physical abilities too. Nico did say there were facilities like this tucked away in dark corners of the school. It's pretty sweet. I finally get to see one. I guess Second to Last Academy had a lab like this too, but it never got unlocked for us. Enhancement developments have been unlocked. You can access it during your free time. That does sound like it would be useful, but is it ethical? We're basically using performance-enhancing drugs, right? You're worried about the morality of a little thing like that? You're such a Boy Scout, Takumi. With everything in this lab, we have the potential to go much further. A lot of this stuff was developed as the result of illegal experiments on human subjects. For most people, no amount of knowledge is worth that kind of atrocity. And now that research is all ours, the fiendish, the outlandish, the downright unpleasant, it's all right here at our fingertips. And what can we use it for? For a start, we can probably make some killer modifications to ourselves, just like my family did to me. You mean like the way your arm stretches? You know, it's always been my dream to mod somebody else's body. I'd be gentle, and I'd make sure any chances I made were tasteful. Say, Takumi, you feel like discarding your humanity and becoming something more? Nope. I'm fine the way things are right now. Let me know if you change your mind. Yeah, okay. Looks like, we got 3 people from our group in the same room as this guy, so I hope, nobody is, you know, blew a fuse while they were here. Another room designed to make the battle freaks stronger. There's nothing for the 2 of us here. You say that until one day you finally decide to, you know, make yourself out there. You all look so cool out on the battlefield. I wish I could be like that too. Well, do it! It's not that hard. Honestly, like, they just keep pushing the fact that they just don't want to do it. They're just... I don't know, man. This room's seriously creepy. Don't think I'll be spending too much time in here. I was kind of hoping Hiroko would turn up in one of the new classrooms, but there's no sign of her here either. What could have happened to her? I know, right? I still don't believe she'd run off and leave us on her own. She ain't like that. I've been thinking a lot about our state of effective immortality here. Raises a lot of interesting questions, you know. For example, pure hypothetically, what if I ripped out your heart? Well, that's a heck of an example to start with. And let's say you died and you were brought back to life. You think the revival magic would replicate the heart as well? But I still have the heart I removed earlier. Does that mean we could churn out a bunch of identical hearts one after another? By that logic, I guess so. Why would you want to, though? Dude, there's always demand for healthy human organs. With technology like this, we could save thousands, maybe even millions of lives. But I'll leave that to the humanitarians of the world. Preserving life isn't really my thing. Figures. I'm more interested in what happens to the organ after it's removed. You ever hear stories of people who've had transplants suddenly developing new interests or memories that match up with their donors? The human body is one heck of an enigma, but does that stuff only happen with transplants? Would those memories also get transferred by, say, eating another person's organs? Huh? What effect does consuming human organs have on the human body? Now that's a subject I wouldn't mind looking into. Would eating brains, oh my god, dude, give you access to that person's knowledge or personality traits? Maybe you'd have random visions that show you their memories. I'd love to try it out sometime, but it's not easy to find willing volunteers. You know how it is. Nothing worth having comes easy. Is Yugamu like this all the time? Doesn't he ever talk about anything normal? True. Like, yeah, I agree. There is definitely something wrong with this guy. We can make medical enhancements here. I should try it out next time. Okay, so that's the biolab. Let's go downstairs. Alright, so there was a metal shop, right? Yeah, here it is. Okay, let's look at that freaking gymnasium. I still can't believe that there's a freaking gymnasium in the Second Glass Academy. Maybe we have one here, and I just never really like paid much of attention. But I swear I didn't see one here on the first floor. What? Were we always here? Did we always have access to this gym? Or what? I refuse to believe that this was locked, or this was unlocked, like, way before. I don't know. Okay, here's the metal shop. Let's go. This isn't quite what I was expecting from a metal shop classroom. It's more like something you'd find in a military base. There are all kinds of deadly looking weapons lined up. All the air's thick with the smell of metal shavings and gunpowder. Oh, and she's here too. Yeah, but then there's also like 2 other people. Okay, so I guess I need to talk to her, but I'm worried about that later. I only wish we had a magic circle to contain you, Sir Takumi. Then I could easily cut you down the moment you try anything indecent. I cannot believe you're fixated on the fact that I would do something indecent. Like, who would I do something indecent to, and what would I do? I have nothing to gain. I don't think she's pretending not to know me. Karua could never have put on an act like this convincing. Is she really not Karua, or maybe she's lost her memory? Look out, Nozomi! That perv is waiting for a chance to pounce on you and lag up your saliva! Oh, so he's like the yokai Yamachichi that steals its victims' life force by sucking in their breath, except with saliva! The holy Jumanji sword and I will strike him down! I keep telling you I'd never do anything like that. Dang it, she's more cautious of me than ever now. At this rate, I'll never get to talk to her. What am I supposed to do here? The way the air smells in here really puts me at ease. Seriously, you like this with all the metal and gunpowder and everything? I know it's not exactly the aroma one would associate with a sophisticated lady like myself, but the Uzuzukis actually rose to prominence thanks to our involvement with weapon development. Weapon development, like guns and stuff? In the beginning, our family name was just Suzuki. We were small-time arms, engineers, and gunners. We grew the business little by little from there, expanding our reach until it encompassed all aspects of life in the Tokyo residential complex. That gave us the necessary prestige to evolve from Suzuki to Uzuzuki, and the rest of it is history. And that's how names get changed? I thought that's a legal thing, like, I don't know. Workshops like this are just as integral to my family's identity as the swanky mansions where we live today. This industrial atmosphere is baked right into my DNA. Being here is like returning to my natural habitat. Okay, I guess that makes sense. It seems only fitting that this should be the place where I write a new chapter in our family's illustrious history. I'll create weapons the likes of which the world has never seen and eradicate those pesky invaders once and for all.
Before our mighty others flee, great and powerful Suzuki!
Trap developments have been unlocked. You can access it during your free time. The invaders will rue the day they cross an Uzuzuki. Man, I'm glad she's on our side. She is on our side, right? I don't know, man. She's kind of a dick. I don't want to work with dicks. Maybe you should tell that to those friends of yours, too. Getting on my bad side is not a good idea. If they all commit seppuku 3 times in quick succession, I might forgive them for their insolence. Again, with the ritual suicide demands. I'm still not sure how doing it more than once is supposed to work. Alright, I visited both the new rooms that were unlocked today. Guess I'll go back to my room and decide what to do next. Between all the arguing and the exploration, today's really taking it out on me. Is there really anything I can do to get everyone to see eye to eye, or are their attitudes toward fighting just too different? We're representing all of humanity in this war. They chose us, above all others, to defend the world from the invaders. We're the only ones who can do this, so it's only natural that we give it our all. Mankind's future is in our hands now. It's our responsibility. I never thought of this as a responsibility. Fighting was just a means to an end, a way for me to get home. Would I feel differently if I knew about world death? Was I ever going to find out what this war was all about? Someone at the door? Could it be her? Oh boy. Here we go. I felt a fluctuate of anticipation, my hands trembling. I pulled open the door to reveal... Good evening, Tsukumi. Do you have time to talk? Oh, it's you, Aito. Were you expecting somebody else? Sorry to disappoint you. No, it's not like that. What's up? Nothing in particular. I just thought it would be nice to chat a little bit. I never got a chance to tell you how happy I was to see you again. I was out of my mind, was worried the whole time you were gone. Oh, really? I thought maybe you disappeared like Hiroka. We went 5 whole days without any contact from you after all. Sorry, I wasn't exactly in a position to get in touch. What happened to you during that storm? How did you get separated from the group? I'm not really sure. All I remember is that I passed out and woke up with an aching head. By then, I was already on my own, somewhere miles away from here. After that, Nigo found me and took me to the other school. Perhaps you got sent flying by the storm? It's possible, I guess. I can't think of anything else that could explain it. I guess if you get hit in the head, you can't really remember getting hit in the head. But also, we didn't really see who hit us anyway. Well, you're okay now. That's the important thing. But while we're on the subject of the other school, what's going on between you and that Nozomi girl? Huh? When you're around her, you're different. Almost like she's special to you. But you seem troubled as well. What's wrong? I like to help if I can. Although, if it's something romantic, bear in mind I don't have any experience in that area. Oh, was that really it? No, not exactly. It's kind of weird, to be honest. You might not believe what I have to say, but will you still hear me out? Of course. Now that I'd been given the go-ahead, it all came spilling out. I told Aito about Karura, my childhood friend I'd spend practically every day with back home before the war. That was the easy part. Then there was the matter of Nozomi and her uncanny likeness to Karura. They were so alike that I couldn't accept that they were different people, no matter how much I tried. And as much as Nozomi looked and sounded like Karura, she had no idea who I was. I told Aito all about this mystery and the theories I'd come up with, and how the whole thing was messing me up. You weren't kidding when you said it was weird. I thought maybe she has amnesia, but she's never mentioned hitting her head or having gaps in her memory or anything like that. Not that I'd been able to talk to her long enough to ask about it. Come on, Aito, say something. Oh, sorry, this whole thing reminds me of a sci-fi novel I read a little while back. What happened in it? The main character ends up in a place that's both familiar and different, a parallel universe. Parallel universes aren't just other worlds, or even the past or the future. They're alternate realities taking place at the same time as our own. Alternate realities. It's a fairly common trope. Depending on the story, a parallel universe could be completely alien or eerily similar to the reality we know. So, kind of similar to, like, isekai anime. In the book, I'm thinking of the main character travels to another universe. Okay? Again, maybe this is my anime self kicking in, but I think of isekais. He finds there's another version of himself there. Another him, living his own slightly different life. You think that's the connection between Nozomi and Karura? Like, they're alternate versions of each other? I know it sounds ridiculous, but humor me for a moment. It would explain a lot. It would mean Karura and Nozomi are the same person, hence all the similarities. But at the same time, they're different. They've lived completely different lives. That would account for Nozomi not knowing you, don't you think? I don't know, Aito. Maybe that's how this stuff works in sci-fi, but I'm having a hard time believing it could happen in real life. I suppose you're right. It is a little unrealistic. But the situation we're in is already pretty far removed from what we used to consider reality. Perhaps my sense of what is or isn't realistic has gotten warped from all the strange things that have happened to us lately. He's right. If you told me a few weeks ago I'd be stabbing myself in the heart to give myself special powers and fight monsters, I wouldn't have believed that either. Sorry for putting forward such a bizarre idea. I haven't been much help, have I? That's not true. It really helped to get all this off my chest. And it's such a weird story. Most people probably wouldn't believe me. I couldn't have told just anyone about this. I'm honored, and I'll gladly hear you out if you want to talk to me again, no matter how strange it is. You sure have been having some peculiar experiences. First the ghostly invader, and now this. Oh, right. I almost forgot about that thing. We still haven't figured out what it is. I haven't seen that invader since I got back, but the next time I do, I'm going to make sure he answers for what he's done. Don't take any unnecessary risks. You have no idea how dangerous he might be. I know, I'll be careful. Well then, I think I've taken up enough of your time. I think I should get going. Good night, Takumi. Sleep well. With that, Aito left, pausing at the door to give me one last gentle smile. Parallel universes, alternate realities. Could any of it be true? It sounds so bizarre, but the more I think of it, the more it starts to make sense. Is that what's going on here? Are Karuha and Nozomi alternate versions of the same person? The same but different? Either way, I won't be able to put this issue to rest until I talk to her about it myself. Even after venting to Aito, the frustration I was feeling still wouldn't go away. I turned in for the day and gradually fell into a light, fitful sleep.
Up and Atom troops, time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 31st day of active service here at Last Defense Academy! Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness! Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy!
It's morning. Guess I'll go to the cafeteria as usual. I just hope everyone's a little less prickly today. True. Alright, let's go and make our way down as usual. And into the first floor. So let's go and make our way to the cafeteria as per usual. If anybody's in the hallway, then maybe I'll talk to them. Huh? Oh, it's just us today? Yeah, no sign of the second campus guys anywhere. Just so you know, none of us picked a fight with them or told them not to come here. They're just plain old no-shows. Fine by me, who wants to deal with those jerks first thing in the morning? Everyone's turned so hostile lately, I'm loving it. We can't go on like this forever. We're gonna have to talk things out with them eventually. You saw how things went down yesterday, Mr. Aotsuki. Does it really seem like they'll listen to our side of things? That doesn't mean we wouldn't try. Our conversation was interrupted by the sound of the door opening as someone new came into the room. Good morning! It's you! What are you doing here? Gaku, be nice. She can use the cafeteria if she wants. Oh, did you come to betray your friends and join our side? One of us? One of us? Is that it? Sorry to disappoint you, but no. There's something I want to discuss with you. Huh. Us, specifically? I wish there was something I could do to smooth things over, but I'd probably only mess up and make things even worse. I'm not buying this goody-goody act. She's just as bad as the rest of them. In my opinion, I don't think she's like the most decent out of the, like the most normal out of the four, but I guess you don't know that. Do we even need to reconcile with those ragtag misfits? There's nothing wrong with our two teams acting separately. There's a very big problem if we're all in this together. I would like to make friends with the others, but there's really nothing I can do. Why? What's Nozomi doing here? What does she want to talk about? Let's deal with those second campus guys. I guess we'd better hear what she has to say. I want to know what Nozomi wants. I hope she's not here to try to patch things up with us. I'm enjoying this tense atmosphere way too much. Of course you are. Oh, whoops. What? Dude, this thing has a really large hitbox. Okay, let's go and talk to her. What did you want to talk about? Are you finally going to tell us the whole story about the world death thing? Sorry, I'd like to, but Karara and the others are dead set against it. Why is it on them to get their approval to tell us? This makes no freaking sense, man. I know they can be difficult sometimes, but they're still my friends. I can't just go against their decision behind their backs. What do you want then? I was thinking it might be a good idea to set different times for us to use the cafeteria, at least for a while. If our two groups stay separate, we can reduce the chances of things escalating like they did yesterday. I guess there's something in that. It shouldn't be too hard to organize. Our group has a training routine we go through every morning. We're gonna keep that up here, so we won't need the cafeteria until later. Wow, you trained this early? That's the kind of dedication I can only dream of. Okay, don't let your dreams be dreams. Do it. It's all for the good of humanity. We can't afford to lose this war. You sound like a walking recruitment poster. That's a lot of big talk from someone who can't even use hemo-anima. Gaku! There's always bound to some friction when two groups with competing values come together. It's like when two video game companies merge. Sooner or later, one of their flagship series always end up getting buried. I feel sorry for the fans. At any rate, I think it's best if we keep our distance until we've all calmed down. That's all I want to say. I'll be going now. Wait a minute. While you're here, I want to ask you... Sorry, the others are waiting for me. Nozomi brushed off my questions and left without even sparing a passing glance at me. That was fun, huh? It's like the management sent a liaison officer to tell us to get our butts in gear and start up a killing game. That chick really hates your guts, huh? So she's turned you down, so what? She may be cute and everything, but who wants a girl with someone who's always talking about saving humanity and stuff? Guys, don't be so insensitive. Takumi needs to be alone with this pain. I'm not sure what that's the best approach either. Don't worry, you get used to being hated pretty quickly. Dude, shut the heck up.
Hey!
The breakfast that day was as tasteless as the atmosphere.